The 14-year-old New South Wales boy arrested for marijuana possession in Bali has spent his third night in prison as Australia's ambassador to Indonesia heads to Denpassar to meet with his family. The boy is reportedly being held in his own cell. Australia's Foreign Minister Kevin Rudd has warned there's no guarantee negotiations with Indonesian authorities will deliver the teenager's early release. If convicted, he could be jailed for up to 6 years in Bali's Kerobokan prison, along with a host of other Australians, including the Bali Nine and Chappelle Corby. Indonesia correspondent Matt Brown reports from Denpassar.
At Bali's police headquarters, the boy's family is trying hard to keep his spirits up. It's every parent's nightmare, but early anxieties are easing.
The condition for the boys on this time is quite stable, yeah. Because the parents always give the support, and then the police in Polda is really helpful.
An official from Indonesia's Human Rights Ministry is now overseeing the police investigation, and he could recommend the boy be released into his parents' custody. However, the decision will be up to a judge, and the Australian government's warning the case may not be resolved quickly. One of those officials is Australian Consul General Brett Farmer.
We're just going in to talk to the family now.
And what are you hoping that, to talk to them about at this stage?
Just the general welfare of the child and legal process.
The Prime Minister is monitoring the case closely.
He is subject to Indonesian law that requires us to make sure we deal with this carefully and in a sensitive way. We will do that, and we've got our best officials in Indonesia on the job.
Bali police say the boy bought marijuana from a man on Kuta Beach on Tuesday. It's a serious crime, but his lawyers have convinced the investigators to ensure he's not treated as an adult. Are you optimistic about his case now?
Until this time, we're still optimistic, yeah.
The boy attended high school, then a religious private school near Newcastle in New South Wales, where news of his arrest has begun to filter through. In a quiet street in Morisset Park, the neighbours were stunned to learn of a local boy in trouble.
To have it to your 14-year-old boy, it just would kill you.
If he gets charged, what will happen? He'll be there for years in jail.
The Foreign Minister says he's now spoken to the boy's father.
The lad is sleeping in his own cell. I'm further advised that the police authorities have made it possible for his dad to sleep in an office immediately adjacent to his cell.
If the boy's parents can prove he's been getting treatment for a marijuana problem in Australia, he could be released into their custody. That's still an option even if he's charged and goes to trial. But there's always the chance he could face up to 6 years in prison. Darwin barrister Simon Lee has written to Kevin Rudd to raise the plight of his own clients, some of the 50 or so Indonesians detained in Australia despite their claims to be minors.
I basically said that it was hypocritical that we have Indonesian children here in detention, some charged, some not charged, and that as a possibility, it may be, however unlikely, that release the Indonesian children for the Australian child.
Indonesia's foreign ministry's already played down any link between the two issues. Australia's ambassador to Indonesia is expected in Bali tomorrow morning. Matt Brown, Lateline.